how to install the Canopy on your EVRYjourney E-Bike Rickshaw. Stick around. Hey everyone, I'm Dustin. I have 20 years experience in the bike and e-bike industry. Today we're going to install the Canopy on your e-bike rickshaw if you want to get some shade while you're out there riding. Now, before I get into it, hit that subscribe button below. Stay in touch with us here at Sixthreezero. Be the first to know about all the new content we're putting out, giveaways we're doing, and of course, new product releases. All right, so this is our e-bike rickshaw, and this is our Canopy, and we're gonna bring you in through a closed shop. I've unloaded all the parts, so I wanna show you everything that's going to come with it, and then we will start the assembly process together. Okay, I've got all the parts lined up right here, if you wanna take a look, so we can have everything out and in line for the assembly. So let's start. Well, first of all, you're gonna have these spacers, little PVC spacers. Make sure you got those. And then you've got your two of these 4-ways, 2 corner pieces, and 2 of these 3-ways, okay? So we're gonna start with these 2 spacers right here, and we're gonna come over to the rickshaw, and we are going to put these right here, just above the armrest cross piece here, okay? All right, now we are going to grab one of these, and then we also have to grab our, and just so you know, I've got my assembly instructions right here, and I'll show you, actually this will be helpful, let's just show the camera here. So first step is we are going to assemble these 2 bars for the back here first, okay? Now the bars we're using are the 3s. So if you look here in the arrangement, it's the second shortest, okay? So you've got these 2, and then we've got these 2 right here, okay? So let me just take one of them. And now, this may be a 2-person job. I'm gonna tell you that right now, just to help hold things, but I'm gonna try to do it by myself here, okay? So, what you're gonna wanna do, you have to separate these in order to get the pipe in, okay? So you're gonna come right here, clamp this down, all right? And again, get that all the way down. And then we're gonna put this kind of loose right here, all right? And then we're gonna slide our tubing in, all right? Now the tricky part is you have to keep that clamped, and then we've got to sort of, I'm just gonna tighten this on just so it can stay for a second. Okay, so you are gonna want a little bit of this tube sticking out the bottom, okay? It's actually just a hair under, it's 10 centimeters, or just a hair under a ½ inch. So it's not that much, okay? So let's go ahead and just measure. Okay, that looks pretty good. Doesn't have to be an exact science, but you do want to make sure that both sides are equal. Okay. Now I'm going to come in and tighten this down. All right, now we're going to repeat that process on the other side. And again, just make sure you have equal distance, 0.4 inches, or relatively close, and make sure both sides are equal. Okay, now we're gonna move on to our end cap piece, okay? So this is gonna be the piece that will go up here, okay? So we are going to need a couple of these right here. Let's take a look. Okay. Okay. we're gonna need our number, this one right here. Okay. So this is your 4-way. Okay, so 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. All right. All right, so here on there you have these little screws, and that's what tightens the connectors on. Okay. Okay. All right, so you have these little screws in here. So you put it on like so, and then from there, we just want to make sure we tighten it on so it doesn't fall down, okay? All right, and we can come and put this piece in as well, and then tighten that screw in as well, okay? Okay, so before you tighten on this side, we got to get our crossbar in here, okay? And again, if you feel the bar not going in, just loosen, oh, not that one, sorry, I meant to do this one. Okay, we can get that in, all right? Then we want to, actually gonna have to just take this out a little bit right here. All right, connect this piece. Then we can put that on and insert everything together, okay? Now I will come in and tighten this down. All right. Beautiful. So now we have the back piece all assembled. We'll move on to the next step. All right, now we're going to attach our long cross beams right here. So these are your longest poles, okay? And you've got 2 the same length, so just make sure, yeah, it's correct. All right. And again, same process, just go ahead and tighten your screws on right here so it stays in place. Okay, good to go. Okay, now from here, you want to get these parts on your 2 T's. Let's just go ahead and slide these on. You don't need to tighten them. You just want to make sure that they're on here for one of the next steps. Okay. All right. And then we're going to start building our end cap to the front. Okay. So again, we're going to come right here and we are going to take our 4 ways, okay? Because these are going to connect like this, okay? So we can put that on like that if you want. And actually, we're gonna have to, like I said before, we're gonna have to connect this first right here. Okay. Go ahead and push that in. There we go. And now I'm gonna grab my step ladder and make it a little bit easier for me to get up there. Okay. Now I'm gonna come up here and put this on. Now, if you don't feel safe up here, obviously have someone hold the ladder for you. And I gotta tighten these. I'm trying to get them all in kind of loose. There we go. Perfect. And now we can come in here, screw our screws in, make sure it's all good and tight. And then I'll repeat this on the other side as well. Okay, now we're going to attach the top support beam. You're going to use these clamps. So we're going to come in with this pipe right here. Okay. And again, you may need, you might need, I'm going to grab the step stool as well. Okay. Okay, so again, if you have an extra hand around, it makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so you're gonna need to clamp this on first before you put the pipe in. Okay, just remember, clamp on first, then you can put the pipe in, and you wanna line up the clamp you want to line up the clamp with the center of the apex of this point right here. Okay, so I'm gonna start tightening that down a little bit. Once I get it a little tighter, now I'm gonna confine the middle here. Okay, so I'm a little bit off center. Let's just move it over a touch. A little more. Perfect, okay. Okay. And then just start tightening that down. Okay, now I'm not gonna tighten it all the way down just yet. I wanna make sure I get the other side on first. Okay, let's come over here, take our other piece. Okay. Let's go ahead and get that on here. Okay. Okay, now we're all in. And again, make sure we get that right at the apex. All right, now we can really clamp these down. There we go. Nice and snug. And I'm gonna go over and just make sure this one's all the way tightened down. Yep, perfectly snug. Okay, now we can install our cross beam here. Okay, now we're gonna put our T-bar in position here. So this needs to be 27.5 inches from the beginning of this piece right here, okay? So let's measure out 27.5 inches. Brings us right to about right there, okay? Now, it may require a little bit of kind of finding the right adjustment. We'll go ahead and tighten that down, okay? And then let's go over to the other side. Same thing. Find our 27.5 inches. So that's right about, oops, sorry. Okay, right there. Now we can always come back and loosen these a little bit and adjust them, okay? Okay, got that locked in position. Okay, now we're gonna put our last brackets on. So we're gonna put this washer piece right there. And then the curve of this top bar is gonna go like this, okay? So we wanna get, and again, this is helpful to have a second set of hands if you have somebody around. If you don't, you'll have to do it alone like me. Okay. So we're gonna come in, clamp this down. And then we're gonna insert the pole. Okay. Let's tighten that down. Okay. And I just have about 1/4 inch sticking out the bottom. Okay, so we had to adjust our T-piece here a little bit, okay? So it's gonna be between 26 and 27.5 inches where you need to move this. I recommend getting it all loose, and then down here as well, with this clamp, we actually moved it up just a touch, and we slid this back, okay? So once you get it installed, it should be a nice, clean bend like that. And this is gonna be tilting up a little bit, but once you get that installed, it tightens it down parallel a little more. So now I'm gonna repeat the process on the other side. Okay, so before you install your canopy, I wanna point out that there is a front and a back, okay? So you see all of this Velcro lining the back here, or lining the inside. That needs to go in the rear because that's your attachment point for the siding. So make sure you install that part with the Velcro in the back. All right, now we're gonna put our canopy on. I'm gonna use my trusty step ladder here. And I'm just gonna kind of throw it over like so. All right. And you can start with one side, but let's stretch this out to the other side here. Oh. All right, so I probably want to get one of these anchored down here. Let me go ahead and just put one of these corner ones in right here. Okay. Let me come back here and get one of these on. And it's pretty self-explanatory with these. We got one right here. Just twist this around and tighten that on. Also, if you have too much slack on the Velcro, you can, of course, you could cut it and trim it down. Okay, now if you look on the inside as well, you have all those ones on the top there that attach to that top bar. So I'm gonna go ahead and fasten those in as well. And then from there, your roof is installed. And I'm gonna go ahead and tighten all these down, and then I'll show you how to do the sides as well, which will really protect you in the rain. All right, now it's time to install our side flaps. So Velcro goes to the top, and you're just gonna come over here, and you wanna install it to the top Velcro on the inside. So I'm just gonna bring this all the way around. Now, you can see, may have to adjust this a little bit, right? If you want to get a perfect fit to your bars. So I need to bring it this way just a touch. So let me redo that. Again, this would be a great two-person activity. Let me just work that back just a little bit right there. That should be good. Okay. Oh, too far on this side now. So let's bring that other side forward a little bit. Again, much easier with two people. Let's bring it right about there. All right, I'm gonna tighten it down either way this time. There we go. Okay. Go ahead and just stuff that in there. Now you might have to pull the canopy out a little bit. Okay. Okay. Get that flap nice up in there. All right, now we can tighten on these straps to the pole here. Okay, I'll repeat the process on that side. All right, there we have it. Now you got a nice cozy little seating spot in here. If you can see this rider back here, full protection, nice little roof, and everything's installed and ready to go. And I'll do a little ride here just to show you guys how it works while we're riding as well. All right, canopy's on. Go for a little ride. The nice thing is even the driver is gonna be fully shaded or fully protected from the sun. So there you have it, the canopy for the rickshaw, the assembly instructions. Any questions or need assistance, comment below or don't hesitate to reach out to us, the team at sixthreezero.com, or call us 310-982-2877. And don't forget, it's your journey or experience. Enjoy the ride.